I think Masson team needs a W because we're like, I think
we took it last year.
It wasn't pretty. The kids won. Guess what? It was a charity game and I was still mad. I left early.
That sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion.
All right, everyone. Welcome to our next episode of Happy Hour. Today we have the fabulous Teri Conrad, who I've known for a while and now is a member of the Dave Masson Real Estate Group. Thanks for coming along on the
Cheers. It's cheers
episode. Cheers.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here and drink beer.
We'll start off with you've been in real estate since 2007.
Yeah.
Before that, what were you doing?
Oh, well, before that, I was in marketing. I sold radio advertising.
You sold radio advertising.
Yeah.
And
it was hard grind.
Was that in Vancouver?
Selling air. It was. Well, actually, it was out in Chilliwack.
Okay.
Out at Star FM.
Star FM. Are they still around?
Star FM. They are, but now they're in Coquitlam. No, Abbotsford.
Abbotsford?
Yes.
Star FM. So you had to sell radio advertising. You did that for some time? Or?
Not long. I actually hated it. I didn't get any of the big contracts.
Yeah.
Most of the downtown guys would get those. And so I would have mom and pop type joints save the car dealerships. That was my bread and butter.
So that's where you're going. Limited budget, probably just like a lot of no's.
And trying to convince people to spend their money on radio ads when we knew radio was going sideways, right?
Yeah.
It was a completely different thing. And so looking in the mirror became challenging. And I'm like, I'm tapping out.
So then you got into real estate.
Yes.
And why did you get into real estate?
I think, well, I'd been a stay-at-home mom for years prior to all of that.
Yeah.
But then I went to BCIT and took the marketing radio broadcasting course, and that's how I ended up in sales. I was going through divorce and had to pay a mortgage, and so that's how that happened.
Yeah.
And so using all the different pieces that I'd learned in quite a short amount of time, real estate just made the most sense for me.
Yeah.
As a single gal, I'm like, I need to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd actually met my second husband at that point, and so you talk about I know it was like when you were getting into real estate, you kind of didn't go all in at first.
Yeah.
I was the same. I was like, oh, this is something I can do. I can still be available for the kids at home. And it was kind of like if I did 10 deals a year, I was going to be happy.
Yeah.
And my husband at the time then was supporting me. So that's how it started. So I was available for the kids was really important. Yeah.
Because again, it does offer that flexibility. So you need it, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So walk us through from the first year to fast forward to now in your career through real estate.
Yeah, because you're
the peaks and
you're
valleys.
known, and for many good reasons.
Okay, good.
You're known because you're very, very passionate about the real estate industry.
I am.
You're very passionate. So, like Austin was saying, like walk us through that. How did you go from selling to coaching, etc.? Like, tell us your journey here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's interesting. I mean, I think what happened was I fell in love with the industry. I fell in love with realtors, and I loved going to the conferences. And I was early in, so back in those days, 2007, 2008, social media was just sort of becoming a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And with my marketing background, I'm like, okay, I'm seeing these opportunities.
Yeah.
I started developing like really different brands. So I was making sure that what I was putting out there was really different. Like when they zig, I zag.
That was when you were selling.
Selling, correct. So I was selling and I was doing that, but I got tapped on the shoulder by Inman News, which is a media company out of the States,
Yes.
and they're entirely industry focused. And they wanted me to come speak. So I had my very first speaking gig down in Seattle. At the time they had this like on the road quarterly conference.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, doesn't matter. Skip ahead, and then I learned a lot from them. And because the States typically are about 10 years ahead of us, not so anymore, probably. That's what we always used to say. But it used to be that they knew so much more. They were just that much further ahead. So I would go down to the conferences, talk to my American friends, learn all the things, and come home and implement. And then I was just like, I enjoyed sharing it with my agent friends, and we started having our own little mini conferences around here. I used to host a couple of different events here in the Lower Mainland. I used to host meetups regularly for my clients and my client base here, and we would talk social media. So I loved events. I loved industry talk. I loved teaching. I loved learning. And so that's how it all came. And then I developed my own little coaching company, and it just kind of went from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just can't leave.
You can't leave.
I just can't leave.
It's because you're passionate about
I'm
it.
passionate.
We met when I first came to the brokerage in 2015.
Right.
So like, what was your first, do you have a first memory of me at all?
Oh, I mean, I couldn't.
Besides taking your office?
I mean, just that's yeah. Okay, so I have a beef there, but like
it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Shaggy, it wasn't me. But like, it wasn't me.
I mean, my first memory is like poor little Dave in the little closet office across from me,
Oh,
kitty corner,
it
but
was
we
so
used to
small.
like
I had to keep the door open or I would have suffocated.
you would have
That's
totally.
how small it was.
Until of course then I got booted and had to take your old
Yes.
office and you got my nice big office. So there you go.
What are you most excited about for the next year plus joining with?
Can I just say,
myself?
I'm just honestly, for me, it's so exciting just to be with people.
That's
After
fair.
working
That's
from
fair.
home, it's been hard, but
Yeah.
I love coming into the office. I love that we had someone come in earlier this morning saying that you could hear the laughter coming out of our office.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that, to me, it's the
fun.
gold of just being with people I really care about and knowing that we're all on the same path and we have a shared vision and we're working towards the same goals and that we all have the same sort of work ethic. And
Yeah, we 100% do.
Yeah.
We share the same values, and that is such a key thing when you're building a team. Like a team is like a puzzle, right? Like,
Right.
if you have a puzzle box and they all have the same squares, etc., you'll never complete the puzzle.
I know.
But when you actually have, that's how I look at a team. Is like everyone brings a different piece of the puzzle to complete it. You're a mom, a great mom. But what's your favorite part about being a mom? What's the one thing you
Oh,
love?
my kids are everything. I mean,
Yeah.
family, this is us. This is our shared values, right?
Yeah.
We believe deeply in family and, and family isn't just, who I bore, but like who I choose
Correct. Yeah.
to have in my life. And that's how you are to me. And that's my boys and my stepdaughter are everything to me. It's so vitally important to me that I maintain close connection with them and that they know that they have me.
You're big into personal growth.
Yes.
You do
Huge.
coaching
I do.
yourself.
Yeah.
What's the biggest thing you've learned in the last few years?
Ooh, what a great question. I think what I've learned is that most people, all people really, have shadow beliefs and things that hold them back. And that it's interesting, it translates to business because there's stuff that we repress or we reject about ourselves. We've learned when we were young that those things were not good and not acceptable, whatever it was, you were ashamed and you said, I'm not going to be that. And so you push that away. And the problem is it's still part of you and you have to learn to reclaim it to feel whole and feel like you're all, that you can honor yourself truly.
Yeah.
And so I think that's been my journey, especially since the failure of my last marriage. I've had these 6 years to really dig in and do the work and discover what parts of myself did I push away and that I need to reclaim to fully honor myself and step into my power.
Yeah.
And I've really learned that when you do the work, it's very powerful. You really do come to a place where you can love yourself authentically and, all of it. We all have those aspects.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've really learned.
That's sweet. It's a good answer.
Great
I'll
answer.
drink
Okay,
it.
let's
I will
drink.
drink
that.
Let's
it.
drink.
I'll drink that.
I've got questions for you guys. First of all, who makes the clothing decisions in the morning? Because we're clearly calling each other.
Cashton.
Yeah, Cashin does.
Cashton makes it. It's definitely not me.
It's a good observation that we're both wearing checkered shirts.
It's the twinning. I like it.
It's
Cashin
funny because
makes
I'm
it.
like, well, how many years older am I than you? I'm a
Couple.
fossil.
Well, wait a minute now.
13?
13, so I'm almost 40 and I'm dressing like I'm in my 20s still because we come to the office and we wear the same outfit.
We do.
Outside
Like
of
legit.
even just suits.
Even
because
just
it's fine,
casually.
but just casually we're wearing, you got Vans tight jeans and a black sweater.
I mean, he
the only
looks pretty
difference
good.
is like, and I don't. What?
Wow.
Wow. Okay, I'll get my Wranglers on. Whatever. But yeah.
Get your zip-offs.
What is your vision for the team moving forward the next couple of years? Like, where would you like to see things kind of for both of you?
Personally, I want to continue to grow and hopefully maybe in about a year or so bring on another agent that we can both mentor. And I want to start passing more and more responsibilities so we're going to Austin and create something very special together that can live past just the Dave Mason Real Estate Group.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a good answer. I'm not going anywhere. Told you that since day
Yeah.
one. So I see kind of the same thing. Like, granted, like 13-year difference, like Dave has a family. I don't. So I kind of see that shift of like Dave kind of like easing off in a way and like being with his family more and me taking more of that responsibility in the day to day and then having someone else come underneath and both of us mentor that person and kind of grow that way. That way, like Dave can be a part of his kids growing up and like, and then again, like I'll kind of go through the same transition too. So that's kind of the way I see it. I think we're kind of on the same page that way.
Same page.
But we're
That's
both
good.
like, we're both
Yeah.
family
It's great to be on the
oriented,
same
so
page.
You know, I'll always be obviously involved in the day-to-days, but That's the thing. And the big part of me, like I've said with this, was always to provide mentorship. And it's not always just a financial gain and a big, I don't know how to say it, but like the big wig name thing for me isn't the big thing for me. It's helping others grow, because I understand, I've said this before, it's a very lonely business when you get in here. If you don't have people to help you and guide you, you could be good at it, but you just don't know. Then you might leave.
Well, and you miss the connection, and you miss, like, it is lonely, and so like even if you're really good at it and you don't have your people,
it could be
it just is not satisfying.
Maybe you weren't supposed to be.
Yeah, money's not always everything.
No, it's not.
Well, first of all, let's talk about like what you like to do for fun outside of work.
Me,
For people who don't know.
Well, outside the family and stuff, I'm a huge fitness enthusiast. Passion project for me would be to open a gym and help others.
You've talked about that for years.
I'd love to. I feel a lot of people don't go and work out because they're, what's the word I'm looking for? They're just intimidated to go to a
Lazy?
gym. No, not lazy.
No.
I think it's the intimidation factor, because if you don't know what you're doing and you go to a gym, you're like, where do I start? And,
That's true.
And you end your fitness journey before it starts.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of value in fitness outside of how you look. It's just how you
Why
feel.
do you think fitness is so important?
I think it structures your life, and it teaches you discipline, and it can, things happen, but it just provides you the healthy lifestyle.
You can mentally disconnect too.
You
can, like, when you're at the gym, you don't think about anything else. It's just like, this is what I'm focusing on. It's an hour of my phone's off.
And it's super important.
Just with myself.
That's the thing. Like, it's super important. I lost my dad at a young age, and to me, it was like, he didn't take care of his health. He was a businessman. His name was Dave too. I was 5, he was 40. 40's young. I'm 40 in May. That's banana land, I think, to me.
That is,
right?
yeah.
40.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's too
So, and then my mom had some heart issues as well. She's over those and stuff, but to me, it's not always like, you're not promised tomorrow, but you can extend that by treating your body right and instilling healthy habits, and that's kind of what was my why. You start with why. That was my why at the gym. I just became passionate about it, and that's what you'll find me doing.
Well, you do, and you live and breathe it, and you get up ridiculously early to make sure that you can schedule that in.
I used to get up later when I didn't have kids. But now I have no choice, or I'm not going to the gym, so I have to get up early.
Yeah.
But again, you're a product of your environment. So my daughter sees me when she goes, and I have a gym downstairs in my house. When she goes, what are you doing? I say, I'm putting in work. So when I go downstairs, no joke, she's like, are you going down to put in work, Dad? I'm like, yeah. She's 3, but she's seen this, right? Yeah. So like, that's just great for her to see. And
I don't know. I enjoy still playing hockey a bit. Golf. We play a lot of golf now. Trying to get the game dialed in a bit more with our lessons this year.
Yeah.
But yeah,
just active.
Just being like doing things out. Yeah.
Always going.
Nice.
Yeah. And we can't sit still. When you're an athlete, when you're young, it's hard to just like turn it off. You just have to be doing something. You have to be active. You have to be. I don't know. I was talking last night playing hockey with a guy, and I was like, I would rather be active doing this and burning a bunch of calories than like going for a walk or something. I'd have to walk for like 7 hours to burn the amount of calories I burned in like 30 minutes on the ice. But this is so much fun, and I'm competitive with it, and it's a good time.
It's like you walk away with it.
Well, we should talk about the Hockey Classic.
Yeah, that's we're working on that. So we're aiming again for April, and that's when we typically do the charity game for Reuben Shoes, which I'm part of, a nonprofit. As you know, you've been a part of it too. You sponsor one of our students.
I do.
You've been a part of it. You helped with the tournament the year before COVID, and we raise charity. We have a school in the Dominican Republic with over 200 students. All money goes towards there to help with the facility, the staff that we have.
Which is extraordinary.
We are looking forward to it, and I'm thinking the way things are going right now that we're going to be able to host that in April. And the goal is going to be, well, I haven't told anyone, I'll say it now, it's $15,000 to raise this year.
Nice.
So the highest I think I've done is 12.
Wow.
First year, so I'd like to exceed that. Yeah.
I think everyone's ready to come out and have some fun.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
So, and I think Mason team needs a W because we're like, I think
we took it last year. We did not play well last year.
Wasn't pretty. Wasn't pretty. The kids won. That's all that matters. And then guess what? It was a charity game, and I was still mad. I left early. It was a charity event, and I bounced. Chrissy, you have the rest of this night. I'm gonna go. I'm leaving.
Hilarious.
But it's we're looking forward to that for sure.
Cool.
But yeah, thanks for coming on. We're looking forward to this year. Thanks for everything you've contributed so far in the short time you've been part of the team, and I'm excited for 2020.
Me too.
Yeah.
That makes 3 of us.
Perfect.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's go. What's next? Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.